I've just had a meeting with the Leader of the Official Opposition and the Leader of the Third Party to discuss election financing reform, and I will be meeting tomorrow with the Leader of the Green Party. I want to thank the leaders for meeting with me. As we move forward with reform, it is my sincere hope that we can put partisanship aside and we can work together on changes that are in the best interest of the people who we all serve. This discussion is born of a desire and a need to update rules. This discussion is not born of any allegation of wrongdoing. I think what has happened over the last couple of weeks, quite frankly, is there's been a public discussion that has become politicized, so it has been in the interest of some to suggest that there is wrongdoing. And that's just not the genesis of the conversation. We have all been operating under a set of rules. We acknowledge that there needs to be a change in those rules. Should we have had this discussion a year and a half ago, 2 years ago? Maybe.
Very disappointed in the meeting. It was a sham. It was a farce. I believe the Premier, I think she even said it in her comments. She had written her speech or what she intended to take forward from her own home. Her own home is not the legislature. And what I took away from this meeting was two things. One, the Premier is afraid of an open and transparent process to develop the rules. She wants it run by the Premier's office. Secondly, the Premier is petrified of a public inquiry. I said, the way you're setting it up, to be run only by the Premier's office, to be run only by the Liberal Party, would be a departure from tradition, but it would lack legitimacy.
I think it's clear that I'm disappointed in the extreme in terms of what went on in the Premier's office. She was obviously very unwilling to consider any proposal whatsoever. She went into that meeting with her mind clearly made up that she had no intention to follow any other process except that of her majority government's control over how we go forward in discussing the election finance reforms for this province. And clearly, outside the meeting, she did the exact same thing in this, in her caucus room. She did exactly what we feared she was going to do, and that is lay out a Liberal agenda and basically saying that's what her plan is going forward. It's going to be a Liberal agenda, and perhaps ourselves and others may have an opportunity to tweak that agenda, and that is fundamentally the wrong direction for the province of Ontario. In issues such as these, there should be a broader process, one that has the confidence of the public that it is not being done behind closed doors by one political party, but that it is opened up to all political parties, not just the ones in this legislature, and also opened up to the people who actually own the democracy in this province, which is Ontarians.